Okay, so I want to touch topic. I want to touch topic about what I'm going through because I will. It's all like really like mind boggling. It's confusing. It's frustrating. It's depressing, and a whole bunch of other things. And so I want to clarify: Am I being observed? Am I being observed by the government? You know, because like well, I'm 37 years old. I'm gonna be 38. Kids. You know, after all the clones and shapeshifters and chamucos and blue eyes, Russians, and everything that I've seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And different areas and different buildings. Acting different. Whatever it is, like whatever that is, like I want to know, am I being observed? Because you can't stop kids from growing old. That's period, right? And so I don't know whether I'm going crazy because like I can't prove it. I can't tell someone, hey, this is what I'm going through because the person will be like, I don't understand what you're going through. You're nuts. You're nuts. You're crazy. That's it. You know, you're missing a fucking screw. And so um, from my perspective, from my point of view, like I truly believe that there's somebody out here. Like there's somebody out here, right? That there's birds and dogs and crickets and white noise, and I made videos about all this, right? I believe that there's somebody here, an underworld administration that has gathered and I feel like I'm like in a high school where a bunch of idiots took over the multimedia room and they're doing everything that they want. You know, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And they're surrounded me. They surrounded me. You know, like that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that would solve this theory, that will prove this theory wrong, would be that the devil himself, the devil himself is creating this reality, like this illusion from my point of view, but yet my neighbors that are like stuck together, this is Mexico and my neighbors are like really close. They're stuck together, you know, they can't hear what I hear. That it's an illusion, how would you say it, created by the devil, you know, and that I don't hear my neighbors throwing indirects. I just hear the devil. You know what I'm saying? In which case, it's an illusion created by the devil. That would be the only theory that would solve, that I will understand. Like if I were to ask somebody, "Hey, what is this? Why am I hearing my neighbors throw indirects?" And when I walk up to them, they act like if they weren't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like it gets really intensive. So it could be either or. It could be an illusion created by the devil that I'm hearing from this point and out, and I'm not hearing my neighbors throw indirects. It's the devil. How does he do it? It's the devil. There's if freaking the Arabs can make a reality, there's this the cube that they have made or are making, I don't know, and you go into it and there's an illusion, there's sometimes there's illusions and shit, there's holograms, and you know what I'm saying, more or less. I don't know, but I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I'm experiencing it. And I say that it's an underworld administration that has taken over of numerous reasons, because the world is messed up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I want to emphasize what it feels like. I want to emphasize what it feels like to be in this experience that I'm going through, right? And it basically feels like a bunch of people, like I was born into a government project, it being the world, but very really, it's part of a massive grid, you know, and it's basically you're basically in a government project, and you think that's all there is because you've been told that, right? And so that's what I feel. I feel that I was born into a so-called world, which is just a government project, a really small neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And that little by little, their goal in this world is to condemn you, to get you to kill. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's condemned. It's almost like a game they play. You know what I'm saying? Where they make you kill somebody, you know, and usually they do it quick, because where I come from, bandanas were handed out and guns were scattered about, like if it was some type of Hunger Games, and kids would kill each other. You had access to guns. If you wanted a gun, you have access to it. You know what I'm saying? And so what do you call it? Um it's basically like a Hollywood set. You know what I'm saying? A Hollywood set that's dedicated to trying to provoking you, to getting you to kill, to getting you to do anything that, how would you say, is sinful. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like a prison. You know what I'm saying? Like a prison, because in a prison, the older people, that are members of gangs and mafias, you know what I'm saying? They're not fighting against each other. They're there for life. They're there for life. There's nothing that's gonna get them out. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's gonna get them out. The game that they play is that, how would you say it? They play the game of keeping those youngsters inside prison. They don't want to see. They're in there for life. There's no money in the world that's gonna get them out. You know what I'm saying? And what do you call it? They convince the youngsters by creating this fake little mafia gang type, game, so that the youngsters that get there, that are leaving, that are soon gonna be leaving, like, how much time do you got? Oh, I got so and such time. You might as well spend it in the hole and stay away from all of this, you know, all of this bull BS, you know, because in prison they're killing each other. So if you have 2 years, you might as well spend it in the hole, reading books, instead of joining a gang, because, how would you say it? Because you're scared and end up killing somebody. Nobody wants to go to the hole. It's all therapy. You know what I'm saying? They get you to kill so you could stay there with them. You know what I'm saying? And in here, it's basically the same thing. The world. I grew up where bandanas, like I said, were sold to kids. And so it's like a Hollywood set. That's how I feel that it is. That, what do you call it? That, the Gothics and people that are from the devil, you know, they gather around a Christian until he surpasses these, how would you say it, all these trials and tribulations and obstacles and etc., or whatever you want to call it. That's how I feel it is. You know what I'm saying? That it's nothing but that. A bunch of idiots in a multimedia room that are trying their best to mess with a Christian's lifestyle and, try to get him to react